Hey everyone, it's Greg, the TV genius, and I am a TV genius. Today we're going to be talking about Supernatural. But first, I just want to introduce y'all to my cat. I know y'all have heard her walking around singing on my videos. Her name's Elsa. I got her around the time that American Horror Story Freak Show started, and she just loves to sing, so I thought Elsa was such a great name for her. If you've ever seen American Horror Freak Show, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's my cat. You'll be hearing a lot of her, I know. I just wanted to introduce her. But let's get back to the video. Let's talk about Supernatural. We're in season 10, episode 17, A Man on the Inside. And what a great episode it was. It was so great to see Bobby back as a guest star. I'm so glad they didn't kill his character off permanently. If you watch the show, you know who Bobby is. Bobby Singer. He's like a father to the boys. He was awesome. He's been there since season one. He's always been around, apparently, Sam and Dean's whole life. He's always been there for him. He's kind of the man behind the operation, if you will. They go out, be the FBI agents or the pretend FBI agents. And if they get in any trouble, they give him Bobby's number. And Bobby's got all these different phones for like FBI Bureau, the different branches of the police force, of the government. He's got phones for, and they'll call a certain number, and whichever number it is, he'll answer and give them their credentials, and off they go. It's always worked out, and it's just been sad not to have Bobby around. It's kind of been an inconvenience for the boys, even though they haven't really spotlighted that on the show. I'm sure it has been. I mean, they've had Bobby around their whole lives, and now they don't. I mean, it's just a sad thing. I love Bobby. He was always one of my favorite characters, and I'm glad they put him in a place where they can keep reaching and bring him back onto the TV show if they want to. It was pretty sad, the letter that he left for the boys at the end. It is a pretty sad letter. They've had such a close relationship in seasons past, and now he's not there anymore, and he's in heaven. Even though he's in heaven, he says it's the happiest he's been in a long time when he got the call from Sam. Let's talk about where the characters are this season. Let's talk about Dean. Dean Winchester. He is played by Jensen Ackles. That is definitely my favorite character. I love Dean. I love where he's at this season and where he's been this season. It was interesting to see how far he's come and how far he's come since season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He was so terrible to Sam about his abilities and about him having demon blood in him, and now he's kind of getting a taste of what it's like to be a freak. But it's interesting. I think he handled it pretty well. Last season, he got the Mark of Cain so he could work the first blade and kill Abaddon, which was a Knight of Hell, a demon that was unkillable with one of those shaman blessed blades and a or angel blade or anything like that. You just couldn't kill her without the first blade, and he needed the Mark of Cain. But he had the Mark of Cain. He got the Mark of Cain. At the end, he tried to kill Metatron, which was the big bad of the season. He was also the scribe of God. He tried to take over heaven. He shut down heaven by taking Castiel's grace. Dean tried to kill him, and he killed Dean instead. Well, Dean died, and the Mark wouldn't let him go. Brought him back as a demon, just like it did Cain. And he went off with Crowley, left a note for Sam, and that's how this season started with Dean a Demon. And it was awesome. It was an awesome season of Dean just being crazy. The first few episodes were amazing, and he was an awesome demon. I think he did a great job. And Jensen Ackles did such an amazing job portraying Dean as such a different person this season. It was awesome. It was awesome to see. But let's move on. Let's talk about Sam. And how he's cured Dean finally. If I don't know, I didn't make a video about this, but last year when the season ended and Dean came back as a demon, I made a prediction that they would cure Dean very early on in the season. I was hoping that I was wrong. I was hoping my prediction would not come true, but it did. And it was sad to see Dean cured so quickly, but I knew they would because they found a cure for demons back in season 8. And I just knew that would happen early on. I was hoping we'd see a little bit more of Dean as a demon, but it wouldn't be supernatural if we didn't have the brothers together hunting and having these small plots and these small stories for each individual episode instead of the overall season story. I mean, hey, we have to have those little stories or it wouldn't be supernatural. It just wouldn't. It's about hunters. But anyway, Sam's in a place this season where the brothers are in most seasons, which that plot's getting a little tired if you ask me. The brothers will do anything to save each other, blah, blah, blah. No, but at some point you've got to let each other go. I mean, at one point you've got to realize that you're doing more harm than good by staying alive. Jesus. But anyway, yeah, he's in a place right now where he'll do anything to save his brother. They're looking for a cure to the mark, and they've had a little bit of success in this last episode. Turns out, if you send a soul to hell, you can get the mark removed. It's part of a spell or a ritual or something, but we'll see what happens there. I'm sure it'll work out for him. I'm sure one of the brothers will die at the end of the season. One of the brothers always dies. It's going to be cool to see who, though. We are renewed for season 11, so Supernatural is going pretty far. I can't wait to see what happens next with Sam and Dean. They're just such a great set of characters. It's interesting to see them, their brotherly love, the dynamics between them. They love each other a little bit too much, if you ask me, but it's okay. It's a great show. Wonderful. It's beautiful stories. Um, let's move on. Let's talk about Cass in Castiel for a second and where he's at this season. He's played by Misha Collins. What an awesome actor! I just want to say he's nothing like that in real life. In one of my favorite episodes, the one where Sam and Dean get transported into another world where they're on the set of their own show, it shows Misha Collins and he says, "You guys punked me." He's just so funny. You've got to watch him in real life. He's just hilarious. And he's also a great actor, and he's a great character for the show. I love the Angel Castiel. He's been brought back so many times by God, and it's just great to see that he is still on the show. Since season 4, he's been there, and he's just an awesome character. This season, he's got stolen grace because last season Metatron took his grace, used it in a spell to close down heaven, and shut all of the angels out. He's using stolen grace, and it is dwindling, which means Castiel could die. Turns out Metatron says he still has some of Castiel's grace left. I'm not sure if Metatron's just using that as a bluff to try to stay alive or not. Or if he really does have some of Castiel's grace. We'll see. I hope he does, because I don't want to see Castiel go anywhere. Don't want to see Castiel be killed off. Won't be good. But we'll see what happens with that. Let's talk about where Crowley is this season. Crowley is a demon. He's the king of hell, and he's played by Mark Shepard. Such a great character. Love Crowley. Love the King of Hell. He's got his mother with him this season, and his mother told him that he's becoming soft. His mother has been manipulating him. She is a very powerful witch, and it turns out that her old coven is at war, kind of, with the Men of Letters, which is where Sam and Dean are right now. There turns out that they are legacies to the Men of Letters, and they stay in a bunker from the Men of Letters. And apparently, there's a vast amount of power there, which they said when the bunker was found. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with that. They've gone a long way with that, and they can go a lot of different ways with it. It's going to be so cool to see what they do with it. I can't wait. The bunker's just got so many different opportunities and so many different supernatural things that they could add to the show Supernatural. So it's going to be great to see. But anyway, Crowley's mother told him that he had gone soft, and he has. This season, all he's done has been a little mama's boy, or whiny's mommy's boy. And if you're the king of hell, you are not a whiny's mama's boy. I don't care. You are not a whiny mama's boy. Sorry, king of hell is not a mama's boy. Doesn't happen. But can't wait to see what happens next. He went to Dean. Dean told him, "Yeah, you have gotten soft. The old Crowley would have came through with 10 demons and blown the roof off of this place." And you were right, Dean. That is exactly what the old Crowley would have done. The old Crowley, I can remember one episode, Crowley came through as nothing but burgundy smoke and knocked the Impala over on its top. Baby just destroyed Baby and everything in its path. I mean, just destroyed it. Crowley used to be awesome. He used to be a force to be reckoned with, but now he's a little mama's boy. So we'll see what happens next. I'm glad that he finally stood up to Rowena, but Rowena said, "I will see everything you have burn." So I think Rowena's going to become a huge problem in the next couple seasons. Some problem, or the next couple episodes, I think, but some problems that I see here in the foreseeable future anyway, in the next episode or two, is definitely Dean being mad at Sam for not including him on his plan to get Bobby from his heaven. I know Dean would have loved to see Bobby. Bobby was just like a father to him too. Dean loved him too. And I think that's just sad that they left Dean out of that. And I think that's not going to go over well with him. I think it's going to be a huge problem. Another problem is getting Cass's grace back. I don't think it's going to be as easy as they're making it out to be. It's going to be really cool to see. And another huge problem, definitely, is getting that mark off. I can't wait to see who he has to send to hell. What I'm guessing is he has to send his own flesh and blood to hell, which means his brother. We'll see what happens. See you next time. Subscribe.